We have officially entered yet another GPU shortage. Now, if you're one that follows PC hardware news, this may sound like something that's been repeated to you for a while, but it wasn't actually the case until probably about a week ago. And now we are officially entering in one. On the other side, you may think prices are still kind of decent, but my job is building computers. I have a small company here in Italy and I buy from distributors. So I am a little bit higher on the chain of distribution, and they just told me that all the prices basically are going up from multiple sources, and I am sure that's the case. And that's why I'm rushing to you to tell you this a little bit ahead of the industry. If you're seeing this 2 weeks from now, you're probably gonna know already, / it's gonna be a little bit too late to implement some of the advice which I'm giving here today. If you're still in time, sit back, relax and enjoy. And here are a few pieces of advice on what you should do right now. And I'm also gonna tell you what the shortage is gonna be about. Now, of course, this is just DRAM shortage pretty much. Now, the causes to this are not only the DRAM shortage, but of course the problem is the DRAM shortage and also in general just AI, the level of resources that AI is of course demanding. So that's driving up demand for certain hardware, and that's in turn due to basic market law that's driving up prices and reducing availability because stuff is going basically out of stock very fast. Now, the new RTX GPUs from NVIDIA have just been pushed back to Q3. That is actually official. So we won't be seeing them any sooner than about June. So that's gonna take a while. So in these months, we are stuck with the previous generation. So RTX 5000 from NVIDIA and the AMD RX 9000 series. There's also Intel, which by the way is very underrated and actually worth buying currently. And Intel is not really affected by all of this so far, but just because it's less adopted and it can be used less to train models pretty much. Now, the first direct consequence of this is certain models of cards are spiking more than others. If you want to buy a 5090 currently, or really any GPU with 24 GB of VRAM, they're gonna be quite a lot higher in price than you would expect. So 5090s in general, you're better off avoiding to begin with. Also because, come on, we are closer to the end of the generation, so you would be buying something which in about 1 year maximum is going to be replaced. You're better off just waiting and upgrading later if you can. That's just the easy advice. RTX 5080s are also going up in price dramatically, and my simple advice here is if you can avoid buying NVIDIA, it's just better off to buy an RX 9070 XT. That's on average not that far behind a 5080, especially if you go ahead and undervolt it and overclock it out, as I show on the channel. And it's going to be just the easy choice to contain pricing, even though the 9070 XT is also going up in price a little bit, but you should still be able to find it. Also on the used market, I find there are quite a few available. And if things really go bad, the RX 9070 non-XT, generally, it's a very good card, but the price difference doesn't really justify it usually. But if the XT version goes way too high, then it makes sense and it's worth buying. You could also buy a 4090, but since that has 24 GB of VRAM, that's basically impossible to buy. But if somehow you can find one for a good price, that's a lot better buy than a 5080 at current pricing, even if you're buying to use for slightly inflated pricing. Now, with that said, the most affected models are going to be the high VRAM versions of NVIDIA cards. Prime example is going to be the 5060 Ti 6 GB. Now, that's a GPU which I do not love to begin with. And that's probably the most inflated one, because if you're doing any kind of training for AI models, you need the extra VRAM. So quite simply buy the 5060 Ti 8 GB version. Now, that is a little bit slower, especially at high resolutions. Yes, the extra VRAM is helpful, but when you look at the benchmarks, you should take a look at which settings they're using. And people generally don't pay enough attention to this. They think that, all right, this guy is testing 1440p Ultra. There is a 20% difference. It's going to be the same for me. And maybe they're playing 1440p medium or 1080p high. The higher you go in settings and the higher you go in resolution, the more those cards with better VRAM or maybe even better bit on the transfer, they're going to perform with a larger difference. So in general, you should try to put everything into perspective, and 5060 Ti 16 GB being very overpriced, trust me, it's not that big of a loss, okay? You can just ignore it. Go ahead, buy the 8 GB version, you're gonna be fine. Another small piece of advice inserted here in between the video for those of you who are paying attention is if you really need to upgrade your PC right now, if you go to your local shop, especially if you're somewhere in the countryside, chances are they have some PC which they built a while back, and it's not affected by the shortage yet. So it's probably a good buy. Maybe it's not the best deal as a PC overall, but you're still probably getting the GPU at a decent price. This is also something I told people for DRAM. Like if you bought PC from a local shop, they probably didn't update the pricing for DRAM. And that was actually the case. A lot of you guys thanked me for it, and I'm super happy I could help you with that. But the advice is the same here. Another thing, if you are especially towards the entry level side of PC hardware, I would still consider, even though this is crazy advice, RTX 3000 GPUs. Why? Because if you're into DIY though, and if you're into playing around with your hardware, if you're willing to just clean them up, replace the thermal paste, maybe even the thermal pads, then they are actually worth still if you buy a good one from a reputable person which maybe has the receipt from when he bought it, because remember, they came out about 6 years ago right now. They were sold brand new up until 3 years ago. So you can still find one which is less old than other ones on the market. For example, a good 3080 Ti, that's the one I would be looking at, because 3090 has 24 gigabytes of VRAM, so it's very sought after. But the 3080 Ti with its small 12 gigabytes of VRAM is not as desired. It never has been. I actually made a lot of budget builds based around that. You can buy one, do a full repaste. You can also get rid of thermal paste if you want. I have here, I think, a video about how I use some phase change material in the 3090 I have. Replace the thermal pads, and if you go ahead, undervolt it and overclock it, even if it is slightly worn out, it's gonna work exactly as brand new, probably better if you tweak it still. And you can buy those for really cheap because people generally don't want 2 Gen ago GPUs. So that's probably the best advice I can give you. But keep in mind, the 3080 Ti is gonna perform better than an RTX 5060 Ti 8 gigabytes easily. And it's probably gonna be on par with an RTX 5060 Ti 16 gigabytes. It's still gonna lose to a 5070, unfortunately, but not by much even there. And of course, I'm talking about average. If you have a specific scenario, like if you're playing 1080p, the older gen cards are generally faster because they push more on the CUDA core, whereas on the new ones, you generally have just the architectural improvement. So I would say buying one of those is going to be something you can do. But the thing is, there are only so many on the market, so it would be better if you want to upgrade, even though we are entering a shortage and pricing is going to inflate. And generally, I recommend just weathering the storm in those situations. Right now, it's going to probably last a few months. So I would say if you want to buy now and try to buy on the used market for a decent price. You won't regret it. Another thing, the very, very, very entry-level cards, like a 5060, for example, which is a card I don't love, and a 5050, which is a terrible card, they are not really going to be affected by this. So if you are planning to buy a very entry-level PC, you can sleep well, and you're not going to have any problems. The problems start from the mid to the high end, and it's kind of the same with DRAM, right? Because on the entry, you can still get some DDR4 stuff that's pretty good, but on the high end, it's tricky. As usual though in my videos, I want to hear what you guys think as well. So if you have some tips of your own or some other advice, or if you disagree with me, please drop a comment down below. If you want to support the channel, drop a like and subscribe, give the video hype. You can also now become a member to see those videos a little bit before, so you can also get the buying advice a little bit sooner. And see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.